Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What Did I Get This Week? So I decided to just keep the name the same for this series, but I do think I'm going to go forward with making it a bi-weekly release, as in once every 2 weeks, since for some reason bi-weekly can mean every 2 weeks or twice a week, which makes no sense. But anyway, here's what I picked up this time. Starting with our Viz releases as usual, we've got Kaiju number 8, volume 15, which is the penultimate volume. Unless we get an eventual part 2, which a lot of people are thinking will be a thing, I can definitely see it with the somewhat open-ended conclusion, as well as a handful of things that didn't feel totally fleshed out or explored in the series. Plus, I think there was like a tweet or something from Matsumoto vaguely implying a sequel could be in the works, but regardless, this manga is a fun ride, and this volume is pretty much just continuing the final battle between the Defense Force members that are still standing and number 9 in his ultimate form. So yeah, cool stuff for Narumi and Hoshina. And then Kafka coming in, of course, to end it all in the next volume. Next up is going to be Undead Unluck, volume 24, and this is going to give us the end of the language fight. And then we do that little detour to repair Fuko's soul. I won't say exactly why or how it happens to avoid spoilers, but after that is when we really get rolling, and all the organization members kind of get on the same page, and the end goal is finally in sight. On that note, we're getting closer and closer to having the whole series in print, so yeah, really looking forward to that. And like I said, to avoid spoilers, won't show too much from this one, but... Next up is Akane Banashi, volume 15, and this is one of the best series in Weekly Shonen Jump right now. The artwork is super beautiful and expressive, and I especially love the varying styles used to convey the different Rakugoka's performances and personalities. The characters are all great and unique as well, and being as unfamiliar as I am with Rakugo, there are always lots of surprises and new things to learn with this series, so that's a lot of fun. But even setting Rakugo aside, it's just a great drama, with a lot of Battle Shonen-esque progression and training, which is always fun. So yeah, really can't recommend this series enough. Then we've got One Piece, volume 111, which is going to be the final volume of Egghead, and next one will be the beginning of Elbaf. Well, technically this volume is the start of that arc, but, as far as these categorizations are concerned. But yeah, it feels kind of weird flipping through this volume, since, we've been on Elbaf for so long now, and, just seeing, like, the beginning of the arc, as well as, like, the end of Egghead. And the first cover page of the first chapter in this volume here, if you guys didn't know, is actually a redraw of fan art sent in by Kohei Horikoshi himself to celebrate the final chapter of My Hero Academia. So that kind of contextualizes when these chapters came out, and also I think it's just a very cute piece of trivia. I really like when mangaka collab and draw each other's characters. But anyway, great stuff going on in Elbaf right now, especially with Loki, and very excited for the animated comeback. I think, is that next month already? I don't know. It took me a while to finish watching Egghead. I kind of fell off it for a couple months, so the break hasn't felt as long, but I think it's coming back next month. Next up, we've got Sakamoto Days, volume 21, and the covers for this series are always so cool, but somehow still not as cool as the fight scenes, which consistently have some of the most fun and most creative action choreography I've ever seen in the manga medium, or maybe just in any art, period. This volume continues Shin and Heisuke's adventure in the assassin prison, in their first meetings with Tenkyu, who's basically like Hawkeye if he was insane, and Atari, the fortune teller, who is obviously the one that they broke into this prison, or I guess got themselves put in, to find. Moving on to some Viz signature stuff, we've got Dog's Red, volume 5, and right off the bat I'll just say that hockey is not really a sport that I'm interested in, like, at all, but Golden Kamuy is one of my favorite manga of all time, So with this series obviously coming from the same mangaka, I of course had to check it out. And while I still don't really care about hockey itself, this series is really, really great. I think Noda is one of the funniest mangaka that I've ever read, and Dogs Red also just has a ton of heart. Noda's passion for the sport is clear to see, especially when you remember that this is actually his second series about hockey. The first one I got canceled, I think, so here's hoping this one gets a full run. But yeah, I love the Rabid Prince do Shirakawa, and it's really fun to cheer for him when he does something cool, and then get embarrassed when he fumbles, which it's pretty 50-50 split, but always entertaining nonetheless. Moving on to some rapid-fire Viz pickups. These are just things that I haven't read yet, so I don't have much to say. We've got Disney Twisted Wonderland, Book of Scrabia, Volume 1, and as previously mentioned, and like I just said a second ago, haven't read this yet, or anything else Twisted Wonderland, but I'll get to it eventually. Very cute designs, as usual. Then we've got Kingdom Volume 5, so I'm still planning to start this one over the summer, but until then it remains in the haven't read section of these videos. And lastly from Viz, Trillion Game Volume 10. I will say each new volume gets me more and more interested in this series, but with other things calling my name, it remains unread as of now. Moving on to our miscellaneous manga, we've got Blood Blockade Battlefront, or Kekai Sensen, Omnibus 3 from Dark Horse. I'm happy that Dark Horse is reprinting this series, but this is kind of an unruly book to handle and read comfortably. But with this volume, which combines volumes 8 through 10, it's going to give us the end of the original Kekai Sensen series. I actually don't know if Dark Horse ever published back-to-back. If they did, I hope they are going to reprint it, and if not, then, let's get going on that. And then we can move on to Beat 3-Peat, which is still ongoing. Also, unfortunately, my copy, I don't know if you can see, came like a little dinged up on the edges. It's a little more noticeable there, but, it's really nothing crazy. I can live with it. And then one other small complaint about Dark Horse manga are how they have like 3 different sizes for like standard sized manga. So for example, there's I Am a Hero, which is like standard width, but then it's like shorter than their normal stuff. Then you've got things like Gantz or Mob Psycho 100, which I would say is like their typical size. That's what most things come in. Same width, same height. And then you've got these Blood Blockade Battlefront omnibuses, which are the same height as the standard size, but now they're shorter in width. So, I don't really know what's going on with that, but it is a little annoying trying to keep them all organized on the same shelf. But similar to the, little marks on here, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And then from 7 Seas, we've got Kimono Jihen Volume 20. And I have read this series, but only up to a certain point. I think I stopped around chapter 70, 71. I was reading the scans, but it seems like they've completely stopped at this point, and before that they were coming out very slowly. And now the official translation has actually surpassed the scans, which normally you don't see. So now that I have to wait for a whole new volume to release to read any new chapters, I kind of put the series on hold, and I don't really know when a good time to pick it back up is going to be. But for the time being, I'll just keep grabbing these as they release and enjoying the pretty covers. So it is a really good series, though. I'd like to get back into it, but at this point, I just start over from the beginning because it's been so long. And then for our last book of the haul, we've got Tank Chair Volume 7 from Kodansha. And still haven't started this one, but cool cover as always. I really like this main character's mask here. And the colors are really neat. So moving on to figures, we've got 2 more Good Smile pre-orders that came, with a lot more on the way soon. And I kind of can't wait to be caught up with these, since I haven't pre-ordered anything from them in a while. So it'll be good to just get everything that I've pre-ordered, paid for, shipped, delivered, and then I don't need to think about it anymore. Anyway, one of those two items that came for now is the motored cyborg runner. This is the turbo acid version, so I can take this off here and kind of show you what this looks like. I'm not sure if I want to open this one yet, so probably no pictures, but I might throw in pictures of the other ones I have, since I do have two of the other motored cyborg runners in different color schemes. They're definitely cool figures, and that's kind of why I got them, because very cool color schemes, very cool designs, but I'm kind of thinking I don't know if I want to keep them, which is why I don't know if I should open this one or not. This year I'm kind of trying to cut back on pre-orders and stop getting figures that are just cool or cute, but that I don't have any strong connection with or like a real desire to own or display. I gotta keep telling myself that I can always admire the promo pics, and then if I truly decide that I want it, I can pick it up later. So yeah, not really gonna open up this one any more than that. It doesn't come taped or anything, it just comes like that. And we'll see what I decide to do with it, I guess. That all being said, this is something I pre-ordered that I was very excited for, which is going to be, I guess you can't even see the full thing, but it's the Figma Skull Knight DX edition that comes with the horse and everything, and I'm glad to say that it turned out to be very cool. Due to the design of the character, he's not really the most fun to handle, very sharp and pokey if you're not careful, but he does look and pose pretty nicely. One day I'd like to have a dedicated shelf for the Figma Berserk line, but currently I don't have the space, and I'm also missing a lot of them. I only have this guy, and then I have all of the God Hand, thanks to those re-releases they did a few years ago. I would love for them to re-release all of their other characters, like the different versions of Guts, Griffith, and Casca. But with Bandai and Figuarts now having the license for those figures, I don't know if that would prevent a re-release or anything. Don't really know how that works. But yeah, anyway, this guy, super cool. I got some good pictures of him, and yeah. And then lastly, we've got two more CDs. City Pop again. We've got Cassiopeia's self-titled album, which is their first one, and then Mint Jam. I went through a phase a while ago of putting Cassiopeia on shuffle during bike rides, which was really epic. You guys should try that. So I've probably heard most of these songs before, but I'm not overly familiar with them. I couldn't hear them and then be able to give you the name of it or what album it came off of. And also, in case you guys care, I actually don't listen to any music anymore when I'm biking or running, and I highly recommend that, even more than what I just recommended a second ago. At least trying it out, Basically just take some time to unplug and enjoy the world as it is, with no stimulus from your phone or a screen, while you're doing other things. But anyway, that's just a random bit of advice from me, coming from the guy that spends all of his disposable income on toys and comic books, so take it as you will. So yeah, that is everything I got over the last 2 weeks. Here's my top 3 picks. If I'm feeling extra motivated, I'll have a Big Bad Toaster haul video up and this video up in quick succession. I don't know which order they'll come out in, but I guess you'll see. But even then, I now have both my January and February Ami orders here, sitting in my room waiting to be opened and to do videos on them. Eventually I will catch up on these things, but today is not that day. But, I'll give myself a little bit of credit. I did film 2 videos today, so getting there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks as always for watching. And just as a side note, let me know if you guys have any good City Pop recommendations. Always looking for new stuff, so see ya.